ago, I used to ask for 2 volunteers. Tell one guy to get inside that building. Tell the other guy to go over there. Both of them watch the wall. I mean, give the back to each other. And it was very nice to hear them talking when only now shouting. Has very good acoustics. Okay, we cannot do that anymore. It has very good acoustics. Okay, and over there, do the clapping. If you come later and let's hope there's less people and you do a big clap. Here, nothing, right? But over there, repeats about 7 times. Let's say, close to 7. We have 7 triangles of light, 7 days to create the world, 7 ball players, 7 important in music, 7 vertebrae to support the neck, 7 chakras, 7 important in Gnosticism. Okay, so let's say that 7 is an eternal universal number, right? Why 7? That's another question. The question is not why the 7. It's how could the Mayas do almost 7 times a day, right? Right now, I'm going to say something that I hope you don't mind. I don't want to sound cocky, okay? I have a college degree. I said I went to a cheap Mexican university. When I say cheap, it's not price. Remember, mine were free. It's cheap because mine was not Berkeley, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Cambridge, McGill, you name it. But you buy the best book written by the best archaeologists working for the best institution, and no one is able to prove who was given to the gods after the ball game. Prove it. Got it? Was given to the gods after the ball game. I mean, if someone will sacrifice who? Loser, winning, all of them, none of them, nobody knows for sure in archaeological terms. Got it? Basically, I have to say it's an interpretation. See? And humans interpret things in so many ways, and that's why books say so many things. See? But what complicates things is this, that many scholars say that this was not even a ball game. This was a sacred ceremony. Right? So that changes things totally. Right? Actually, why I mentioned that? You asked me, where were the spectators? I will answer back. If this was a ceremony, were they spectators or participants? Participants. Yeah. And there's a huge difference, right? I mean, you understand what I'm trying to say? They were not watching here. They were not gambling. See? I mean, there are some scholars who would say that. My personal opinion, no. Based on what I read, no. This was a sacred ceremony, and they were not having fun. They were reenacting something. They were representing something. See? So it is. One more thing, and allow me to say like that. Or excuse me, perdón. If someone not Catholic, and specifically, let's say, a fanatic Catholic, will never question the Bible, right? Or the Genesis. But a non-Catholic would say, well, it's a nice story. Actually, very good story, but it's just that, right? Why I say it? There's a book that was written by a Spanish bishop, a Spanish priest in the Guatemala in the early 1500s. He came and he was very human and he became friend of the locals. See? He was eventually considered part of them. So they shared to him part of the information. He made a book called Popol Vuh. It is considered by some as the Mayan Bible. And others are simply considered as the best example of Mayan literature, right? We read it, we would say it's a nice story. But Mayas, when they were reading that book, they were not saying it's a nice story, right? It happened. Their genesis, their cosmogonic ideas. And in that cosmogonic ideas says that before the life, as we know, chaos, like in many religions by the way, but then good gods and bad gods. Things were not as we know. There was a couple of twin brothers who were having fun making the game, but they were making too much noise, and they were bothering the gods of the underworld. So the gods of the underworld got mad with them and told them, we cannot go outside, but you can come in. Please come in, let's do the game. You defeat us, you do what you want. We defeat you, we do what we want. See? The gods of the outside, they say, that accepted the invitation, but they forgot this. Can we or should we trust the gods of the underworld? With lies, they were deceived, they were defeated, and then they were beheaded. Before they were beheaded, as this, we know it, we talk about a prophecy and a religious thing, it was told to them by the other forces, by other gods, to do something special. To keep in their mouth the seed of life and wait for the proper time. See? I mean, the gods knew what was going to happen. See? They were beheaded. They kept in their mouth the seed of life and heads were hanging on a tree. Time passed and the daughter of the god of death was passing by. Her name was Ishkik, the blooded one. She knew that what happened a long time ago. But she saw the heads and she was surprised because she knew that what happened, happened a long time ago, and heads are supposed to be skull, but no, the heads seemed to be alive. And she was so attracted that she wanted to touch one of the heads. And that was the final moment. The head, by the presence of the lady, awoke, and just before the hand of the lady touched the head spit her on her hand with the seed of life, and she got fecundated. Her father got mad, you may understand why, and she had to escape. She found help with in-laws outside. And guess what? If she got pregnant by a twin, many times twins have twins, and the twin sons grew up knowing what happened to the father and to the uncle. So when they were old enough, they got the ball, they got the racket, they practiced a lot, and they went back to the same cave to revenge. After different things that happened, because it took time, they were finally able to defeat the gods of the underworld, and as soon as that happened, chaos ended, balance came, and life started. So what does it mean? That for the Mayas, the battle that ended chaos took place in a cave through what we call the ball game. And he says they were not having fun, they were reenacting the battle of creation. One more thing, señores, and without being once more disrespectful. How many of us Catholics voted for the new Pope? The new Pope. How many of us voted for the new Pope? But not just us Catholics. In all religions, there are moments where women cannot participate, where certain people cannot participate, or more than that, where only certain people can participate. Right? You understand what I'm saying? See? How many people was participating from this important ceremony? The 50,000 people that lived at Chichen Itza?
7 and 7, 14.
7 times 7, I don't know, but not that many, right? Only the elite. See, why? Because this was a sacred ceremony, and they were reenacting the battle of creation. And that's why that acoustic thing is so special. Nobody knows how exactly we did it. But as we know, many human societies have done things because of the observation of nature. So there's some scholars who say that probably there is the cave that was discovered by the Mayas by accident, but that cave, because of natural reasons, has a chamber that if we make a big sound, it repeats about 7 times. When the Mayas became good construction workers, they could repeat that on the outside. See? By making the walls having certain angle. And that's why I like to